What up, people?
Hello.
Happy podcast day. The Scoop Weddings Unveiled. Brandy, Harlan, your non-retired wedding planner. How's it going, girl?
Tim, shouts. How are you?
How do you say it?
Shouts.
That's close.
I can never get it right.
Say house.
House.
Shouse.
Shouse.
Tim Shouse.
Shouse.
Shouse. TLS Entertainment, your premier DJ.
Hello.
Say Tim Shouse House.
Oh, gosh, this is a lot. Tim Shouse House.
There it is. Boom. Can I tell you, when I played baseball for 4 years, they could not say my last name.
Do you blame them? I've known you how long?
They would
and I
say
still
Shouse.
mess it up.
They would add a T. Where's there a T?
Oh,
There's
darn.
no T there. Don't look at the picture. There's no T there.
It's the L that throws me off.
I shall see you later.
Shout.
Oh my God. Anyway, how's it going?
It's beautiful. It's great.
I would ask you how your weekend was, but I already know.
You already know.
Because we work together.
Yes.
It's been so long.
I know. I miss you. It
Me
was
too.
fun.
It was fun. But we have some cool things to talk about. It was
do.
at the Bishop. It was me, DJ entertainment wise. It was me and Carlos, DJ
Yes.
Carlos, which unfortunately, I hate to say this, but Carlos is leaving me. He has to move back to Maryland, but we're going to expand into Maryland, Virginia, and Washington, D.C. That's where he's going to be. So we're going to take TLS out of Florida, and TLS Entertainment is going to expand into the DMV area. That's what it's called.
Nice.
I'm doing all the research. So if you are listening outside of Florida and you guys are in the DMV area, look out for DJ Carlos because he is coming to town. He's coming back. He's from the area, actually.
Yeah.
And I will even offer my services if anybody wants to fly me out there.
I will carry your, I don't know, phone.
Okay,
for you.
you can be the planner.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
He just keeps doing this. Yeah. I would totally travel. I love traveling, but
Yeah.
congratulations.
Well, I mean, it's still a work in
It's a
progress,
natural-
but he's going to be unfortunately moving back in May. So pretty much towards the end of wedding season for us, which is nice. So he can
Beginning of wedding season for them, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're going
he'll
to
be
start marketing
transitioning.
up there here shortly. It was Carlos and I. I don't recall who the photography or video team was.
I would have to look
Oh,
it up.
Jillian something photography was the photographer. And then there was a husband-wife video team.
Yeah.
And then they also did live streaming for the ceremony,
Yes, I did see that.
which was pretty cool. And there was about 140 guests.
Yes.
There was supposed to be rain. It didn't rain, which is
No
great.
rain.
We loved that.
Yeah.
And
It was actually really beautiful weather. It wasn't too hot, wasn't too cold.
no,
It was pretty perfect.
Yeah.
Yesterday's wedding, it was freezing.
Sundays.
Sunday's wedding was cold.
Did you had a wedding Sunday?
Yeah, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about Saturday.
Because that was the
Saturday was the one. It was a vibe.
Yeah.
But more importantly, what I really want to talk about, which I think this is the first time I've ever seen it. Have you ever seen it?
Never.
So-
in 20 years.
And I'm coming up on 10. What do we even call it? What was it called?
I kept hearing the word sacred chest.
Sacred chest. So the idea behind this sacred chest, it was
Yeah.
during the ceremony, and it was the coolest thing. The chest, honestly, I thought it was.
I mean, it was kind of odd walking down the
It was
aisle.
so. I think whose dad was it?
Stepfather.
The stepfather
Of
of
the
the
bride.
Okay, the
Yes.
stepfather of the bride walked down the aisle.
And it was a pretty large
It was a
box.
large box, and honestly, I was like, "Oh, somebody's family member
Ashes?
passed away, and they wanted them to be there."
That's kind of what I thought.
That's what I
too.
thought. And then the officiant did an amazing job.
She did, and she was a friend. Like,
Yeah.
for a friend to be able to do what she did
Mm-hmm.
as eloquently as she did it,
Amazing.
really great.
And it was super well done.
Super sentimental.
But the idea of the chest
Mm-hmm.
was to put sentimental items or photos or messages,
recipe card.
recipe cards, their vows into
Yes.
this chest. And then, which I thought was a little excessive, 25 years later
oh,
is
yeah.
when they will open it.
Yeah. So the couple, to give some background, have been together since they were 16.
Yeah.
And so 10 years. So
10
they got
years.
married at 26. So they have a lot of memories of things
From like
that
high school.
From high school. So they put in like a ticket from going to something in high school. There was a picture of them together in high school that was put in there. And the fun part was is they called up audience members, like guests,
Friends, family.
that had something to do with it, or family, and they were brought up and they put the item in the box.
Yeah.
And so, and it didn't take a lot of time. I thought, oh boy, this is going to take a long
Well,
time.
it took, I will tell you how long it took.
How long did it
Because
take?
we had a whole song for it.
Oh, that is right.
We just had like nice background music for it. It was technically their interlude for the ceremony, and it was probably around 3.5 to 4 minutes. Not long.
Yeah, because
but
I've seen like people stand up and say something, and that person says something, and that
Sure.
can go like 15 people, and it's forever.
Yeah,
long.
but there was nice background music, and
Yeah.
it was storytelling about the couple, and it was so cool. And yeah, like you said, one of their best friends came up and put something in the chest, and
like
then
the
a family
recipe card from because they went to college together too. So
That's right.
they've like really traveled life with each other for 10 years, even though she was in Europe for a little while traveling and doing school and doing that. They have a lot of friends from college, which was Florida State. But
Go
we won't
Noles!
talk about that.
Hey.
Moving on. But like their favorite restaurant, the recipe for, I think it was a soup or something like that they used to have at one of the restaurants by campus.
Oh, yeah.
And it was it was like beer cheese soup. It was something from one of the bars. It was the recipe. So I thought all those little touches were really cool. And then that day they put their vows inside, like the bride and groom put their vows inside the box, and then the groom locked it.
The groom locked it, and in 25 years.
25 years. Oh, and a newspaper from the day they got married was put in, which I thought was really cool. I was like, how did you? Yeah, Grandpa brought up a newspaper. You told me to take notes. I took notes.
Oh, okay, cool.
So there was a newspaper from Grandpa. There was a Polaroid.
Wait, hold on, real quick. Oh, yeah, that was the. Oh, yeah, but real quick, go back to Grandpa. Of course, Grandpa put the newspaper
in
because nobody else reads the newspaper.
Right? Because Grandpa gets it still, right? I thought the Polaroid was really cool too because the planner stood back behind the guests, facing them, so everybody turned around in their seat, and the bride and groom did like a cheer or whatever. They took the Polaroid, and then literally one of the guests came back, got the Polaroid, and put it in the box.
Yeah.
But the bride and groom were not allowed to see it.
No,
all.
But the other cool thing is the officiant was explaining everything so eloquently and
as
it happened. It was explaining everything so well, and
I feel like I want that script.
Right. The script was amazing.
Can I, I'm going to have to reach out and say, can I get that whole description of like
how it all went down.
Yeah.
And like with the music in the background, it was just a whole vibe.
It was like, I feel like I haven't been, so I've been at the Bishop for 1.5 years, and I've seen some weddings, obviously.
Even outside of the Bishop.
Outside of the Bishop. But in the 1.5 years that I've been there, that's probably the most sentimental one I've seen besides one other, that really got me in my feels.
Sure.
Like it was very well done. And I don't know about the 25 years. I feel like you should be able to open it at 5 years and pull one thing out.
Right.
But 25
years. 20,
But that also makes it even more like amazing when they do it, because, oh my gosh. Look at us 25 years ago standing.
It'll be in 2048.
Yeah, standing at the altar, taking that photo. Look at everybody.
Yeah.
Like, look what was in the newspaper.
Sheesh.
Remember that like, I hope they have a backup to that recipe because they can't use it for 25 years. But like even the Polaroid to me, I think and their vows are probably going to be the most.
Yeah. The Polaroid was really cool. And Carlos actually got a photo. Because he was right by, like, where the DJ setup was. We were in the back, and it was basically where the planner took the Polaroid. So I saw Carlos go, geez, and he snapped a picture. Time. It was really cool. I actually have it. So
yeah, I think that's probably one of the most incredible things that I've seen at a wedding. It's probably top 5.
Yeah. What else? What else you got?
Everybody contributed the Polaroid, the recipe, the vows. I think that was it. And then the groom locked it.
Yep.
And I don't know who gets the key because I didn't hear that part, like who keeps the key. But the stepfather took he stood there while everybody put their things in. Mm-hmm. And then the groom took the key out of his pocket and locked it. So.
Yep.
And it was engraved on the top too. It had like their name and their wedding date, and it was a really nice wooden large box. But
Sacred chest. Sacred chest. I love that idea.
Yeah. I would prefer that the box already be down there, like on a table, and then somebody pick it up and hold it.
Right. Well, that's fair because we both thought that it was somebody's family member.
Ashes, dust to dust.
Yeah.
It's kind of what it felt like.
But that was, I feel like we should start a trend, or that should be a trend.
That's definitely what's trending.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Even though it's the first time I've ever seen it.
Right. It should
ever
trend
heard of it,
heavily.
It should trend. So we're going to TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We're going to put that all on the socials.
Absolutely. So especially as soon as we get like the videos and photos from video and photography, we can weave those in there and that photo that Carlos took.
Cool.
So yeah.
That was awesome.
Very awesome.
Anything else? Like what else is going on?
Sunday's wedding was unique in the sense that it had 30 people.
Okay.
After ceremony, they took away all the chairs and everybody kind of sat around on like the areas, like the stone walls that we have around.
Completely different vibe than Saturday.
Oh, very, very different. They were done by 9.
Okay.
And the one unique thing that I got sent a picture of was they're very chill. Like they had food dropped off from Morton's. Like they were like not like about it, right? But they're artists, and so they drew stacks of books and like on a big giant paper, and then they had like I think their name and wedding date in the center of all these books on like one big front cover, and all the guests signed their name to a book.
Oh, that's cool.
I thought that was really cool. I was like, cool. You did 10 for 10 for that. Everything else, like there was no linen on that table where that thing sat.
Very minimal.
You know,
that's
it
fine.
was very, very. But why take away all the people's chairs? I don't.
You are not allowed to sit.
Like you already paid for the chairs. Use them the whole time. They literally took away all the chairs, and everybody just kind of stood around.
They wanted everybody to leave early, I guess.
Yeah, and they had no tables.
No tables.
Everybody just kind of like sat on the little colonnade jut out area. So that was unique.
Yeah.
Friday's wedding was great and amazing. It was a Irish Catholic wedding. So on St. Patty's Day, of course.
Of course.
So that was reception only, plated meal by Harry's. They did an amazing job. The planner was Riley Gersh. And her team, and so when everybody got there, everybody came on trolleys, and it was done right. It was done really, really well.
Who was entertainment?
Entertainment was DJ Lalo.
Oh yeah, I know DJ Lalo.
Yeah, I've seen him at Rafferty's a few times. Yeah,
I don't know that he actually did weddings.
He brings a whole entire U-Haul truck to bring all his stuff.
Oh well, he's got video.
Well, and he does these big screens. This is the second time he's been there in the last little while, but he has these screens that he puts up that like show videos and pictures, and like it's a whole production system. So it takes him and 2 other guys to load in about a couple of hours, but they break down quick.
They break down quick.
I will say that. Yep.
Yeah,
and he's super, super cautious of the manatees and the decibel meter, which is great. But yeah, that was on Friday, and they were a great group. Like she was definitely like she had the floral dress. It was very Irish Catholic.
Okay.
Everybody left with beads. They were heading downtown. They're like, "Where do we go?" I'm like, "Paddy wagon."
Right.
Where should we go? The Irish bar downtown. There's like 7, but maybe go to Paddy wagon. Start there, and then you can go to McCabe's, and then you can go to the next one. Like there's like 4 or 5 downtown that are all
okay.
So yeah, it was a good. And Adam and I, they had the whole first floor of the museum. So cocktail hour started on the loggia, which is the front of the museum. So when guests arrived, they went straight to a cocktail hour.
Oh, cool!
On the front of the museum. So,
okay,
and then they got to explore the inside. So it was definitely a mix for the weekend, but really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And real quick for the Saturday wedding that we did together, I just noticed that everything was very like customized to the couple. So the bride had worked at, what was the ice cream place?
Oh, Sub-Zero?
Sub-Zero. So the bride had worked at Sub-Zero when she was in high school.
Yep.
So she had Sub-Zero come in for dessert, and they had Sub-Zero, which was amazing.
And you could add like rum and stuff to your ice cream.
Yeah, they had the whole bar.
Like alcohol.
Yeah. They were graduates of FSU, and of course, so I had the remix ready for them. Oh, you know it's a vibe.
A test. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it was a vibe.
On purpose. It was.
It was a vibe.
It was good.
And it was really cool how they just customized everything to them to really showcase who they are as a couple, and they were just
They were so sweet, so nice. And I mean, they've had 10 years together, right? From 16 to now. And so I feel like they really just chose to choose family in themselves.
The bride, she was very hands-on. She was very in charge and hands-on.
At one point, she had the shoot list in her hand.
Oh, no, she was yelling out, Charlie.
Charlie, where are you?
Charlie, get over here.
We're supposed to do photos. Charlie. Where's my dad?
Yeah.
Dad, somebody go get Dad.
Yeah, but she knew what she wanted.
Yeah, she did. And I can appreciate the fact that she spent that much time doing it, but she still really did enjoy herself. Like she really let as soon as photos were done, because she was like, I just want to get this done, it felt like, and get to the party.
Yeah. If you want to see what happened, go to TLS Entertainment on Instagram, and I posted a reel. It's on there.
It's real.
It's cool.
And then something to add from Friday I thought was really cool. They had these little envelopes with a $1 lotto ticket and a lucky scratch off coin inside.
Oh, nice.
And it had under everybody's water glass. And so everybody got a $1 scratch off, and they used like a little gold lucky coin to scratch it off. We found a lot of lotto tickets. I was double checking, and I found no winners. Nobody was like running out there with their pants on fire that they won a whole bunch of money. So I'm sure it was like $1 here, a couple dollars there, but I thought that was pretty cool.
That is cool.
You know, it being St. Patty's Day.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's cool. Thanks, Brandy, for all that info. We're going to move on. We've got a special guest in today.
Yay.
And just a bit of information, not background, but just this company was founded in 2010, and it is the Perfect Dress Sarasota, which, let's see here. The Perfect Dress is Sarasota's most exciting full-service bridal salon, offering a comfortable, elegant environment for you to find the perfect dress of your dreams. So it's only fitting, since we had tweeds on last week.
Yeah.
Donald Carlson with tweeds for men's attire. We are going to bring Julia Doyle. Right, Julia, let me turn your mic on. There we go.
That right?
Yeah, actually.
There she is.
It's so funny. Not everyone gets that right. So I get Doyle or O'Doyle rules. So.
Well,
Doyle rules.
You got to make her say your last name.
Oh, yeah.
Well, now I know what it is. So
Tim
Shouse.
There it is.
Yeah.
Brandy, it's not that hard.
But I will say, when I first got here, I was like, I'm here to see Tim
S.
Schultz.
Shaylock, Schlack. I get Schlack all the time.
Schlack. That's great.
I mean, it sounds like Shaq, and that's not an insult. So
True. So, Julia, how long have you been with the Perfect Dress? Tell us a little about yourself, about everything.
Yeah. I've been with the Perfect Dress for 4 years now. It's such a great company to work for. They're very mom and pop, very family oriented. You would think working with a full team of women would get a little intense, but honestly, everyone gets along so well, and it's definitely a blessing. Weddings, for specifically bridal dresses, it's a very honorable and admirable job, because it's just, you get to make brides feel most beautiful. It's, I don't want to say that, I don't want to biasly say that the wedding dress is the most important part of the day, obviously. But a lot of,
it's a statement piece.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of anticipation and a lot of fun goes into that, and food tasting, I think, is the other secondary best part. So, but yeah.
Fair.
Those are fun things, yeah. Other things are just intense, like venue shopping and that kind of stuff.
True.
Has more of a intense feeling to it, I think. But wedding dress shopping, you're just like, oh, I get to go wedding dress shopping. I know I'm a bridesmaid in October, and so my friend who's getting married ordered hers on Amazon, so there was no dress shopping. I was like, okay, so are we coming to your house to watch you try this thing on, or I want to do all the things.
Right.
So she ordered her wedding dress off of
Amazon?
Amazon?
We're gonna see how this goes.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of judgment in that.
I mean, no
judgment. Etsy's on top now. So
I love her, and she is very petite, and she's kind of not. She just kind of does things off the off not the beaten path. And so I think she would have had so much anxiety coming in to try on dresses that I think that's just her personality, that she needed to do that privately. So I guess that's, the first question I'll ask is, how do you, when a bride comes in to get fitted or to look at dresses, I'm sure you see all the emotions. How do you guys kind of work through that and figure out the personality that you're dealing with so that you can work with them in the best way?
Yeah. I would say that, I very often refer to my job as part-time bridal stylist, part-time therapist. It's a lot. It's a lot. You have to really kind of read into people well. You have to kind of adapt to whatever it is that they need. You really have to kind of just mold yourself to whatever it is like they need from you. So, I mean, some people come in and they have, just overly excitement, very extroverted. So you're just like, all right, today's the day. I gotta hype myself up to get to her level. So you just, you become very extroverted. And, sometimes brides, they don't give you much, they'll just be very stone faced, and you gotta just
literally pull it out of them.
It's not personal. You gotta pull it out of them, and they'll walk out there like, this one's nice. I'm like, okay, yeah, awesome.
Like, what's the follow-up question? Yeah. Like, so what's nice about it? Is it the lace? Is it the fit?
Yeah, exactly. Some people want to stay in the dress for an hour. Some people want to be in it for 2 seconds, and they're like, this one's nice. And I'm like, okay. And she's like getting ready to go back to the fitting room. I'm like, well, a few more things, just so I can get a general consensus of where to go. But yeah, I mean, it's never a monotonous job. You definitely see so many different personalities. And it's very rewarding in that regard, because you get to meet so many different walks of life. Everyone's story is so different. Love stories are fun. And so yeah, it's definitely a lot of reading people, a lot of emotional support during that time. So
do they give you like when they book their initial consultation or their initial meeting, however it works, do they give you like kind of like an idea, like a mood board or an idea of what they're looking for? Yeah. Or are they just coming in like, I have no idea what I'm looking for. You can, like, how does that work?
I'll say both to that question, because we do, so when a bride does make an appointment with us, we offer a questionnaire. So we send that out about a week before their appointment. That gives them the chance they can link their Pinterest, they can say things that they like, don't like. If they've tried on before, do you have any reference photos? So there's a lot of good information that we're able to kind of vet the bride in advance so that we have a good idea before going into it, which is nice because we want to absolutely spend most of the time getting them in and out of dresses. So yeah, sometimes they send their Pinterest, but other times, I mean, they're just like, I've never owned a Pinterest. I don't look at photos. I don't know what I want. So there's that. And I'm like, well, all right, let's get started with that.
Yeah. How many dresses do you say, like, on average does a bride try on?
Yeah, it's actually now it's so much different. Now these Gen Z brides, they very much go to multiple shops now. Oh. So if it was just one appointment, I would say anywhere from 8 to 12 on standard. How many dresses?
Oh, that's overwhelming.
I know. And they all start to blend together. So it's hard because I know this younger demographic of brides that are coming in, they definitely have FOMO. They feel like they're missing out if they don't see all of their options. But sometimes, I mean, we had a bride last week we were her 12th store.
Holy cow.
How do you go to 12 stores? I mean, I hate shopping. I'm an online shopper. I don't want to be in and out of dresses for
and you must have tried on the same one at least
100%
few times in 12 dresses, like, because I mean there's probably a ton of bridal styles and companies. However, there are stores that do carry the same thing.
Sure.
So like I don't know how you,
and if you're going to 12 stores, you're bound to find another store that has the same designers. So yeah, it's just I'm like, are you okay? When they come in here, they're like, I've been to this many stores. They're like, okay, well, what are you not getting out of?
Exactly.
There's something going on that you're not getting. So then it becomes a psychological game. So it's very much, again, just
and it could be
people.
how they fit with you or their stylist rather than the dress itself. Like they could have literally walked into the shop at Perfect Dress and tried the same thing on, and you just made them feel more comfortable than maybe they felt. Because that's how I was when I picked out my wedding dress. I went to one shop. I tried on 5 dresses total. I found one that I loved. I went back again, tried it on again. And I was really not there to try the dress on. I was ready to see if the personalities changed from the first time I went to the second time, because it was not a great experience the first time. So the second time, it was almost like my ring wasn't big enough. Like I just wasn't, like I that's kind of how I felt. I felt very just out of place and not really important. And so I went back a second time, still loved the same dress, took my girlfriend with me. They were across the street from work. So it was like, hey, let's go over on lunch. And so I made an appointment. And I walked out of the appointment. I was like, that's my dress. And I called my dad, and he's like, we're not spending money there. And he's like, because they didn't treat you the way you should have been treated. So we're not doing that. So you have to find the dress somewhere else that treats you. So he was based on, I want my daughter to have an amazing experience. Yeah. And I wasn't getting that. So I went in a third time by myself, took pictures of every single label. Don't do this, guys. Like, this is probably telling trade secrets you should not do. This was 15 years ago. So lots changed.
Moons ago.
So much time ago. I took pictures of everything, and I was a planner then, so I was very much into research. I would probably scour the internet for solutions and options for my couples for everything and find the best price. Like that was just what I did. So I took the pictures, I went online, and I found a company in China. And I was like, oh boy, is this what I do? This dress is going to come in. It's going to only fit my thigh. This is the vibe. So I go on, I order it. It was like a fraction of the cost. I got free shoes and a veil.
Free shoes and a veil
to go with it. That was like, okay, all right. The shoes are going to be too small. Like I was expecting all the horrible things, right? So I tell my dad, and he puts the deposit down or whatever. Next thing I know, I get a big box at the house, or like medium sized box. And then Dad's like, did you get a package today? And I was like, yeah, what is it? And he goes, I don't know. Just go ahead and open. I thought he got me something, whatever, for the wedding. It was my wedding dress. It fit into like a 12 by 12 box. And I was terrified. And I opened it up, and it was super wrinkly, but I put it on, and it was right. And I just had to get it altered on the front part to fit my chest. And so other than
front part.
It's my front area. And other than that, she just had to take in the waist a little bit and hem it, and it was just magic.
Unwrinkle it.
And unwrinkle it, yeah. But it was magic. But that was like the chance that I took. Would I do that today? No. Because there's so many options when you go in. And I feel like the choices I had for stores was very limited. Perfect Dress was not around.
Yeah.
It was like I had 2 choices in all of Manatee County. And so it wasn't a great experience.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. And one of the good parts about also sending that paperwork that we do, we are able to vet the brides. And I will say that we do a good job of trying to pair those brides with our consultants that we think would do really well with them. So sometimes brides there's a little spot where you can put a specific message, to us, anything that we should know regarding your appointment. And it's so sad, but sometimes brides will say like, yeah, like I gained a lot of weight and I feel really uncomfortable, and my mom makes me feel bad about my weight.
Yeah,
and so
that's a trigger.
I don't know what size I am.
And mom's coming to the appointment.
I mean, we've heard a lot of crazy stories.
Or I mean, let's be real. There's mastectomies. There's all kinds of things that women go through with their bodies, and they feel super subconscious about that.
Absolutely. So they give us that information ahead of time. I mean, so then we really, all of our staff are fabulous, and I love all of them, but there's definitely skills to specific ones that match with specific brides. So if it's like a more bohemian bride, then we know who to put her with. If it's more of a girl that's more self-conscious about her weight, then we know who to put her with. So we really want to make sure that every bride that comes in does feel beautiful, because we've had a lot of brides come to our store being absolutely in tears because of previous experiences elsewhere. I mean,
Yeah. I can't say I didn't cry when my dad told me, no, we're not buying that dress there. Because I thought it was a lost cause. I thought, okay, well, then I don't get my dream dress. Like, it's not happening.
Well,
so
yeah.
I have and Tim, you can jump in whenever you
go
want.
ahead, girl.
He knows that this is like my world.
Like, talk
my
dresses
background
to
is
me.
fashion design, as many of you know.
I do have questions though,
I know. So what are you seeing trend wise? Like, what are you
that was one of my
seeing?
questions.
I figured it
dang
might have
it.
been.
That's
I know.
okay because I
minds
have
think alike.
follow-up questions.
Okay,
So
so I'll ask the initial. So what are you seeing in trends right now
Yeah.
in wedding attire? And the second part to that is I know that fashion starts, and ends up in clothing. Like it starts in one way, it ends up. So what are you forecasting for the next year or the year after? What do you think is coming?
Yeah, I would say right now the trends are definitely very minimalistic, very clean, interesting necklines. I mean,
saw
just
that this
very
weekend.
simplistic. It's a lot of, brides are just very much wanting that sleek, timeless look. Low backs, things like that. Or it's the complete opposite. There's absolutely no in between. It is full glam. Head to toe sparkle. So it's really funny because I've been in it for so long. I've been in the wedding industry in general for about 6 years. So, just to see time evolve, it's so interesting. And you're just like, really, that's what's in. Okay, yeah, I like it. And believe it or not, corsets are slowly coming back. The eyelet corset backs are coming back. So it's very interesting. I think for the future, I think color. We have sold black dresses in our store.
What'd you say?
Black.
We sell black
Yes.
dresses.
Yes, Tim. Black wedding dress.
We have some really cool
That means
brides.
you have to get married in the next couple of years because it's going to be in.
hell yeah.
Yes. We sell black wedding dresses. We've sold quite a few last year. I had a bride who owns a taxidermy place, and she had a full Carrie Bradshaw moment and had a taxidermy bird on her head for her wedding, and she wore a black wedding gown.
Yes.
And I was
that
like,
took a
heck
turn.
yeah, girl.
Okay. And I feel like you got to hype them up no matter
I
what they
know.
do. You got to go behind the curtain for a moment and be like,
You're like,
did
wait.
that just happen? And then you come out like, I love this for you.
Yeah.
I think this
Yes.
journey is perfect.
Yes.
So on the colorful side, are you seeing any like pastel shades or even floral prints?
Yes. So we actually just picked up a designer, Waters, back in January. Waters is very much whimsical. They do a lot of color prints. And I think it's so interesting. I'm somebody that loves the fact that weddings are turning away from your traditional
They've been done
sense.
turned.
Honestly,
I haven't seen any wood blocks and baby's breath in a while.
That's
and
true.
burlap. Thank you,
Baby's
Jesus.
Breath is coming back, though.
But in color.
Oh, okay. I like that, though.
Yeah, like gold.
Yes. It's so funny because brides will just come in and the moms will talk with us and they'll say, like, well, shouldn't she, like, be in white? Like, doesn't she need to be wearing white? And I'm like, we don't own a single white dress in our store. It's all ivory
Oh,
now.
really?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, fun fact, ivory is a natural color. White is a man-made color. So,
Yeah.
it actually gives off, like, a tinge of blue when it's like it's a fluorescent look to it.
You remember
So-
that dress that everybody kept arguing about online that was gold and white and it was
Or
like
black
or black and blue?
Yeah.
It was because of the picture of the dress, the reflection of the color of white, because white is bleached and ivory comes from more of a muslin color, and muslin's a natural fabric.
Yeah.
Look at you knowing things, Brandy.
You know.
Good to know. I did not. Okay.
Wow.
Interesting.
So can people come and try dresses on just for fun? Because I mean,
If you're trying to insinuate
just
something,
please?
yes, the answer is yes. Come in anytime.
All right. So
just for fun.
All right. So color and like floral and pastel colors are a thing. Those are coming in. What about? I've seen.
High slits.
No, I don't know what that is, but feather embellishments.
Yes. I'm so
You've
glad
seen
you
this or
said
you've
that.
I actually,
researched this?
I've researched, but I've also seen it
Have you seen it?
in photos. I
He's been researching. I'm
well,
very
but
proud
I
of you.
also
Yeah.
like, I'm also dating somebody who's very much into fashion.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
And
she is.
so she had shown me, just like, she follows this person on Instagram and social media, and she's like, I love this, this girl's dress, and I was like, it's very, like, I didn't even know how to explain
Feathery?
it, but feather embellishments. That's
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We have a couple feather dresses in our store. Actually, textured tulle is also very
Like that.
popular right now. Gorgeous, though.
You're gonna have to add that because nobody can see that.
I love that.
You can, but yeah, that's
So are feathers a pain in the ass though? Because I feel like I'd be shedding everywhere.
I will say, oh my gosh. That's
See, that's
gorgeous.
like
I have
that's
seen
a
that
second
photo.
dress.
all right. So
I
for
have
the
seen
people
that
who are
photo.
listening, I'm showing a picture
Show your
to these two
camera.
ladies. I'll put it up. There we go. It is a white, and it's actually
It's
a
a
white top.
sweetheart
It's a
neckline.
white top and black feather.
top.
Whatever.
It's a
White.
white
ivory,
sweetheart. It's not. Yeah, it's a sweetheart's.
I'm just talking. Is the top.
Sweetheart
Corset.
strapless neckline.
Yeah, strapless.
Yes.
All the things.
With
And
a
then
high-low feathered.
And then how would you explain the black part?
It's a high-low feathered skirt.
It's a
It's in
two-piece.
between an A-line and a ball gown.
Sure.
Yeah, all the things.
You know. Yeah, you know.
That's
ones.
cool.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that's a second. Like, I think if you took that top and paired it with like a regular, gorgeous, simplistic bottom for the ceremony, and then came out
Yes.
for your first dance in that black feather number, oh boy.
And that's something
It's
that's
on.
been a lot more popular too, is having a second look.
That was a second dress.
Second dress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a
I
third
mean,
dress to leave in,
Yes.
or a pantsuit. Do you guys have pantsuits, like some things like that to leave in?
We have a couple pantsuits. We mainly do short dresses.
Short dresses.
And they're so fun. I mean, like, you really they look so spunky, and
Especially if there's an after party.
oh, absolutely.
After party.
And I hear coffee bars at weddings are becoming popular now too, like late night snack.
Late night snacks, yeah.
Yes. I've
Yeah.
seen everything from Taco Bell to Chick-fil-A to coffee to pizza.
Oh, I love all of those things. So
Waffle. We had a waffle truck come once and do like waffles and pizza.
I'm hungry.
yeah, I am too. It's only like 9:30, but
I have a question. So I'm going to get back to some of these trends, what's trending for 2023. But do you ever have like couple or like brides, like now that you've like, as you're fitting their dress, they're like, we want to invite you to our wedding. Do you get to go to any weddings?
Yes, I've been to 2 of my bride's weddings.
Did you know them prior?
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't. And I follow a lot of them on Instagram. A lot of their moms want to take me home with them. And
Of course. Just put
Mostly
you in their
the
purse.
I
Italian
want you
New
to
York
come and
moms.
bustle the dress
Yes.
too, though.
And I have.
Yeah, like
it's
will you
so
show up and get
fun.
me right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, because
And-
sometimes there's like 20 different
Oh,
things
for sure.
to bustling.
Yeah, and even if a bride doesn't buy from us, I mean, I still I used to get in trouble when I was a server because I would just spend too much time at my tables because I was just like, I just love talking. I'm Italian. It is what it is.
Fair.
So, but now that we spend 2 hours with these girls intimately, getting to know them, getting to know their love story, their life, what they do for a living, things like that. So, I mean, it's kind of like a speed dating for us, rapid friend dating.
Dating.
I love that.
So yeah, I meet a lot of people that I mean, I have a mom that still brings rice balls to work for me every once in a while. I mean, it's a good time, and it's always great when you gel well with them. So
Yeah.
honestly, so I've been to 2 of their weddings, and I hope to be a lot more. So if any of my brides
There you go.
want to invite
She'll
me,
come and bustle and make sure you're good.
Yes, because that always takes so
It
long.
takes so
It
long
does.
sometimes.
I'm like, all right,
intricate.
introductions are coming up. Like, we're bustling for the past 30 minutes. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Some
and
forget
I think
their
it's funny when they like bring a kit. So they're like,
Yeah.
okay, I've got the looper, and I've got
They
the
had to-
pliers, and I've got the knee, and I'm
Your
like,
crochet hook.
crochet hook. I'm like, just hold on a second.
Yeah.
Like, I'll let you know if I need any of that. They're like, you're done. I'm like, yeah, can I have the pliers? Like, we're good.
Give me a stapler.
Yeah,
Right.
something.
Sheesh.
Yeah, yeah.
So with obviously you guys are seeing Bridgerton on Netflix. So
Gorgeous.
would you say that the bridal gloves are a thing?
We do have gloves in our store now. We just recently got them. Yes, gloves are slightly making a comeback. Even the Bridgerton dresses are making
Really?
a comeback. They want the basque waist where it just poofs out at their hips. I'm like, oh man, okay, all right, sure. You want the hoop skirt? I'll give you the hoop skirt. I mean, it's a whole thing to carry around all night.
So to explain what a hoop skirt is,
Please do.
I'll let you go ahead and do that.
Yeah, so picture a Christmas tree, the shape of one, obviously, like the triangle. Basically, it's a skirt that flares out. It's like hula hoops, basically.
No, that's exactly what I was thinking.
It's
Hula
hula
hoops.
hoops.
Yeah.
It's literally
big hula
larger, like smaller, bigger hula hoops.
All the way
Literally,
down.
and then there's frames on the side that hold it, and it cinches at the waist.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I mean, if you've ever seen like Pirates of the Caribbean.
And then it like wobbles.
Yes.
Like it
When they-
wobbles as you go. Like it just kind of
yes,
does its own
exactly.
thing. Yeah.
It's so funny. The dress stands on its own, so you are obsolete in that thing. So
Okay.
A lot of air.
Yeah.
Getting a lot of air in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's wide open, right?
True. All right.
Using the bathroom is easier because then you just stack it because literally the hoop skirt like collapses, right?
Right, yeah.
So going to the bathroom, you just pull it up. And
It's all up.
And it becomes a flat piece.
Well, what about in? I mean, in that point, was it Bridesmaids? You know how she
Yes,
just goes
yes.
running out of the store
Yeah.
into the
Yeah.
street, and she just plops down.
Yep.
absolutely.
Just have a bridesmaid on each side. They each grab a side of the hoop, and it ends up being like flat.
Yeah.
Kind of like a slinky, but that sits inside of it. It is like a slinky. Remember the toy that you used to play with that like collapsed, like the cups, and it kind of came up and
Yes.
stacked?
Yes.
It was the triangle. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
There's even something called a bridal buddy where it's
Yeah.
underneath of your dress. It has
And
drawstrings. And you just pull it up and
Go
do
to the
your
bathroom.
thing, and then you're good to go.
Boom.
Yeah.
What about capes?
Yes, capes are very much popular right now.
If you don't want a veil,
no,
that's okay. You can have a cape.
yes, very.
You're saying it like it's a Superman
know, it's
cape.
the-
No.
Well, that's how I.
It's a lot more
very
elegant
pretty.
than that.
It's
Yeah.
elegant. I saw one. You remember the two brides that got married at Mixon, and what were their first names? I can't remember. But the one had the wraparound cape, but it was on her shoulders. It wasn't
Right.
like around her neck.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of laid
Yeah.
across her chest and over her shoulders. And yes, and
Yeah,
so and then
gorgeous.
that was like 2 years ago that she rocked cape.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so she
was ahead of
she
the
was ahead
times.
of the game.
Yeah, and we even custom do them. We have a designer that has a blank canvas of a tulle cape, and brides can actually, once they choose their dress, if their dress has lace on it, we can order the same lace from their dress, and a seamstress can add that lace to their cape.
So speaking of custom, I follow this Instagram page where the lady, I think she's out of New York, and she's a woman of color, and I love watching her work. But she will have them standing on the pedestal, and she will do her pinning and draping on their body, like doing all the pinning, and pinning like the embellishments and doing the shoulders and like really draping everything on the body.
Yeah.
So do you guys do any custom like bring in the sequins and you're tacking all the sequins up the arm and things of that nature? Do you guys have the ability to kind of really customize something that maybe is simple, but they want to add some pizzazz to?
Absolutely. We have a customizable designer in our store. I want to say, like, honestly, they can do pretty much anything that you're wanting to do to your dress. If you want to change the neckline, if you don't love how it plunges, we can make it a square neck. We can line it. We can add embellishments. We can take away embellishments. If you have a layer of sparkle and you want it in a different style sparkle, we can change that. I mean, I had a bride who, bless her heart, I mean, she was a trooper. The fact that she waited so long without knowing what her dress would look like was, I mean, definitely intense. But she customized a A-line dress, which is flowy, and made it into a fitted dress because she loved the dress, but she wanted it to be fitted. And so she would call me every, once a month to talk her off the ledge. But once her dress came in, she was very happy and very thankful. But yeah, absolutely. We can customize almost anything on that specific designer. Now, what can be done in alterations? Our seamstresses are subcontracted, but they are wizards. So I like to say they can do a lot as well. Post production, so changing colors, adding lining, adding sparkle, things like that. So
that's what I was going to ask. Have you been, because one of my clients, a personal friend of mine, one of my closest friends, she wanted to do a light pink, like ivory, like ombre for the bottom half. And we researched and could not find anybody. And this was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And we ended up with an oyster color bottom because it just had that gradient in it. So do you guys custom dye as well? Because I know that's a very, very tricky thing because the fabric actually has like a finish already on it. So do you guys get into that, or can you?
I think
buy the fabric maybe already dyed, or
if we were able to buy the fabric already dyed, I think that would be one thing. As far as the liability of giving us the reins to dye someone's dress, we frown upon that. So I don't recommend
that's a big one to feel like, oh, you ruined it. It's not good. Gray to black is not what I was going for.
Yes, but we did actually have a bride. She ordered colored flowers because she did kind of want that ombre look. She ordered colored flowers, and the seamstress added those onto her dress in like kind of more like a more dense covering on the bottom, and then kind of more gradual up to the top. So
nice.
Yeah.
Next question for trending. Not my cup of tea. Bows.
Oh, yes. Bows are, you don't like bows?
I don't like bows.
Oh, I think bows are so fun.
I actually had it in my contract. I don't do bows. I don't do tulle. I refuse. If they wanted bows on their chairs, I say no.
No, the answer
I would
no.
tie it in a different knot. If you had to have me tie something to a chair, it was not a bow. And my best friend Jen will tell you the same. We do not decorate with tulle on arches, and we do not put bows on anything.
Yes, I will say I am not good at tying bows. It's oddly enough, but a lot of the structured bows. So mainly when it comes to bows, they're on our more simple satin, classic, timeless dresses. So they're detachable.
Oh yeah, because they're already
snaps.
made.
Correct. They're structured bows with satin, so they're already able to be detachable. So
nice.
Yeah, it comes in handy. So you don't have to wear the bow. But if you want to wear the bow, you can wear it for your ceremony, off for your reception. So,
okay.
I like that. I can see it on a classic dress, like on the back, and or maybe at like the top.
I feel like when they say it's trending, they use it as like a statement piece.
Yes. Yeah.
And
yeah, definitely trending right now is just statements for sure. You want to be unique from the rest. You don't want to have a dress that's very similar to everybody else. And so, yeah, there's some pretty funky designs. I mean, even the black wedding dresses, like I love, I personally love when a bride's like, has enough courage to wear a black wedding dress. I think I'm
going to come try some things on.
Yeah,
just
honestly.
for funsies.
Do it.
I mean,
absolutely.
It's been so long. It's been so long since I wore a wedding dress. Just one time in your life, right? But yes, what other questions did you have, Tim?
Well, now aside from trending, let's see here. I feel like. Thanks, Brandy.
Why is this hurting my right ear?
And you can hear us now.
We got you.
There we go.
Can you tell it's my first time on a podcast?
I was like, oh, that's interesting. He's like,
oh, man.
So I have some questions that and this is based off of 12 questions that every bride must ask a wedding dress salon. And so
intense time.
I feel like I'm under pressure now.
Right? Like I feel like you're on a lie detector test.
Ooh, here's a pressure one. You ready?
Oh.
How is your store different from other stores?
Ooh, that's a great question. How our store is different from other stores. So one thing that we always disclaim when brides come in, we don't work off of commission. What I love about not working off of commission is our goal is not to sell you. Our goal is, Well, that keeps the lights on, but we're not trying to force you into something that you don't love. I mean,
or that's way out of the budget.
Right,
That's going to
exactly.
screw every point. Like nobody's eating because
100%.
her dress was $20,000.
Yes. No, you need the open bar. So,
We need the ample bar.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So our goal is not to force you into something. We want you to obviously love what you're wearing that day. So even if it's, if your budget is $5,000 and what you want is $2,000, why would I bother pulling from the $5,000 if I can get you what you want for much cheaper? Or in a sense, it's just not as pushy. We really care more about the bride's overall being. It's a very overly emotional, very overwhelming experience in itself. The wedding dress typically makes it real for brides.
Yeah.
So they come out, they're like, oh my gosh, what the heck?
I got my dress. This shit's happening.
I was just in jeans.
No
and
going
now-
back.
Yeah.
I was just in jeans and now I look different. So, yeah, we very much pride ourselves on our customer service. It's one thing if we don't have a dress that a bride wants, that's fine, fair game. If you find your dress somewhere else, that's totally fine. If a bride were to not find her dress with us, I mean, similar to your experience, not find their dress with us because of our customer service or because of how we treated them, that's not okay.
That's not okay. That's different. Yep.
And we have dresses that are for every budget. I mean, we've had brides come in that are, under $500 and they've gone other places and people laugh at them and it's so sad. And so
Like the Amazon dress.
Yeah.
She's on a budget.
Yeah.
It's like $300. But I mean, I can't
we
wait
have
to
a
see what it
sale
looks
room.
like.
Don't go to Amazon. We have a sale room and
like
it's
that.
fabulous. So
Yeah.
So that's actually a good lead into the next question. What are your prices like, and do you sell sample styles off the rack?
Yes. So we have an entire sale room of dresses that are primarily under $1,000. During the month of July, we also do National Bridal Sale Month. So a lot of our dresses are $99 in our sale room. So
Shut the front
In the
door.
month of July?
Just gonna go buy a couple
Why in
wedding
July?
dresses.
Because nothing's happening in July here?
yeah, I
Slower.
guess so. It's National Bridal Sale Month, so it's promoted
national.
everywhere in
Okay.
the wedding industry. So everywhere it's very much promoted. So most bridal shops in the country they do sell their samples at a much discounted price. So yeah, our dresses, some of them go down to $99 and and I would say majority of the dresses in our sale room are around that $400 to $800 range, but we still have so many other ones. So our orderable ones start at about $1,200, and prior to our new high-end designer that we picked up, it was around $5,000 was our highest, but I think now that it's like $7,500.
Oh, I
So-
thought she was going to say much higher. So
No, yeah.
Waters is the brand you just picked up, and they're more
Yes.
like the 75. I thought
So
she was
why
gonna
is
say
it like
10 or
and
12?
I've watched Say Yes to the Dress before, and I feel like all those dresses
Because
is,
they're
Brandy does not work
Kleinfeld.
for us.
is what? What was that?
I said Brandy does not work for us. I did meet him
10,000.
though.
Oh, you
The
have?
guy
I
from,
have,
from
yeah.
Kleinfeld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Randy. They're like,
Oh, yeah, Randy.
Randy,
Yeah, yeah.
come on out.
Yeah.
And then he sells the dress that Grandma didn't
True.
like. So
That's a good point. Well, but I did notice that he would always, when it comes to the budget, they would say, well, my budget is $2,500. And so he would stay away from all the dresses above that range. But if like mom found or she found this just like, well, I really like this dress and it's $5,000, well, he would say, well, that's not in your budget. Well, I still want to try it on. And he's like, well, I don't want you to love this dress if
Yeah.
it's out of your budget.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are you okay? Like, and so I really, like, I appreciated that.
Yeah, getting the permission for me to say,
Absolutely.
hey,
Let-
just so you
Right.
know, I'm not giving you permission to do
Yeah.
this. Yeah. Do I have your permission to tell you that this is out of your budget?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So you said, what's the price, like typically the price range for dresses?
I
average?
would say average is going to be $1,500 to $2,500.
Okay.
Depending on exactly what you're wanting. Now, if you're
I
wanting
think I
more
spent that.
embellishment, yeah. If
Is
you're
that-
wanting more embellishment,
Is that total or initial? Is that like including all of the alterations?
Yeah, it's not including the alterations.
She's like, yeah, no.
Yeah, alterations
Yeah.
are not cheap.
I know.
I mean, now
It's a skill.
now it's alterations range anywhere from 400 to 1,000. It just kind of depends on what you need done, which is also too, a few of our designers in our store, they do offer an adjusted hem, which basically means that we can measure them at time of purchase and measure from a specific point down to the floor, add inches for their heels. And the hope is that when it comes in, they don't need a hem, which is the bulk of your alterations. So,
Yeah.
it ends up saving you quite a bit of money later on down the road. But yeah, it's anything that we can help to save money. And yeah, exactly. When your bride is giving you a budget, you have to be respectful of that budget. You know, the thing is those people came in with an idea of what they were willing to spend. If you break that trust out the gate by just putting them in dresses that you know that they'll love, I mean, sure, I'm sure they might love a dress that's $1,000 over their budget, but it's not up to you to pay for it. So you should be definitely more respectful.
So based on that, like, do you guys have a payment plan? Is that a thing?
So we did. The hard part about that is that once COVID hit, and a lot of weddings were getting canceled, and doing payment plans, the designers, they've already made the dress. They also want their money for it, and we can't cancel the orders for those dresses. So unfortunately, we don't do payment plans anymore, just because we ended up, having to eat a lot of the cost post-COVID, which honestly, we weren't upset about, because we were more upset about the brides that were coming to us and saying that their venues canceled them or things like that. I mean, it was really tragic in the wedding industry, I feel like. I mean, for everybody, obviously. I don't want to, diminish the fact that people were, really sick. But definitely there's brides that had been waiting for a very long time to get married. Now they had to postpone their weddings. They lost a lot of their financial funds because they didn't even know about wedding insurance too. I mean, that's so
huge.
Important.
That's a thing.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So when it comes to that, when you say, when the groups are coming in to try on dresses, is there a sweet spot of who should come and how many people should come?
That's a good question.
Because there are going to be some that are more opinionated that don't contribute towards the dollars. And there's going to be some that are highly opinionated that are contributing all the dollars.
Absolutely.
So how do you balance the personalities against the bride's because because she might be like, no, mom, we're not doing that, but I'm paying for it, and the mom's like, but that's it's my money,
absolutely,
but I'm wearing it. So how do you what's that look like? What's that dynamic?
Absolutely. Now more than ever, especially because of post-COVID, the Gen Z brides, they have that FOMO. They missed out on so much of their life, so they're very much more inclined to incorporate their family's opinions. They care very much about what their mom wants, what their aunts want, what their sisters want. So you do have to, placate with the family. You have to involve them. You have to make sure that they love the dress. Ultimately, yes, the bride is the one wearing the dress, and that is first and foremost our main priority. But yeah, you absolutely have to take into account what mom likes as well. And so it's kind of finding a happy medium, something that makes the bride happy, that still, you just hope that the mom sees how happy the bride is. And that's all she wants for her daughter. Not always is that the case. Because moms have their own direction of where they want to go sometimes. People always joke about bridezillas. I think it's more the momzillas.
Oh,
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
I have way more momzillas than bridezillas.
Exactly.
And so how many people can they bring to an appointment? What does that look like?
Yeah. They're allowed to bring up to 3 guests with them for their appointment.
So there's a limit.
Yes. I mean, pre-COVID, it was fair game. I mean, I had a bride. Oh my gosh. I loved her. She was fantastic. But she brought 12 people. They are all Italian and all from New York. And I can insult them because I
You
am
are.
Italian and I'm from Philadelphia. So
Philly?
it's kind of worse. So
Go Birds.
yeah, go Birds.
Oh.
Well,
Hey.
okay, well, it's too soon. So
No, I mean,
She's still
I'm in Philly.
salty.
I'm from
I
Philly.
am salty. I am, yeah, exactly. I'm too. And man, that last call was, I'm not going to get on.
Right. I
can
feel
talk
you.
about it.
Anyway,
Fly, Eagles.
fly. That's
Eagles
right.
fly.
That's
yes. But
Till next winter.
yes, exactly. I
Go
know.
Phillies now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yay.
Oh, yeah.
Hockey.
Oh, see, I'm a Red Sox fan. Oh.
I'm turning your mic off. You're done. No, I'm kidding.
Totally muted you. I don't even know how you became a Red Sox fan. How does that even?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least you're an Eagles fan. That's fine.
Yeah.
You are accepted.
Yes. Oh, perfect. Good. Yes, I believe
12
that,
people at an appointment.
Yeah, and the bride wanted all of them to like the dress. And when I tell you this was a 4-hour appointment, I mean, it was every bit of, man, you have to have patience for this job as well. I mean, you just gotta be able to be patient. And I mean, she had to have tried on over 30 dresses. I mean, it was extensive, but every single one had to like the dress. Otherwise, she did not like it after that. So when you got like her 12-year-old niece being like, I like the princess one. And you're just like, you look at
All
her
right,
like,
listen here, you little shit.
Right.
We have 11 out of 12.
I am not Cinderella,
I'm
and
not
this is
doing
not
this.
happening.
We have 11 out of 12 likes. You're outvoted. Sorry.
Yeah.
So, but she ended up finding a dress. So good. We require 3 people now. So, but I think they call them the decision makers. So the ones that you have to have there, you know, if you have to have mom there, if you have to have grandma there, if you have to have your best friend there, like find those core people, find those people that really truly make the difference, because the fact is everybody's going to have a different style.
Yeah.
I mean, some grandma could love all lace and the bride could hate lace. So you still have to stick to who you are.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you can incorporate little things like wear a lace veil if that makes grandma happy. So, you know, but still stay true to who you are and just have those people that mean
imagine trying to get 12 people to
Agree on a place to eat.
agree on your on the theme or style of your wedding that you're trying to do.
No,
that's hard
that's
enough
not-
for 2
yeah,
people,
exactly.
let alone 12. So,
This
And I
is
feel like
who
you-
you are. It's
Yeah.
not.
yeah.
Exactly. And I feel like you need somebody that's going to be brutally honest with you and knows you very well, and that can also kind of help buffer
Right.
those other opinion decision
I
makers.
mean, I've had guests come up to me or even like bridal party like, this music sucks. I'm like, go talk to the bride. This is what she wants. It's not your day.
I'm sorry, did you pay me?
I hate whiskey.
Play something that we can dance to, and like, there's people dancing, and the most important people are dancing. So
So wait your turn.
Exactly. And I think that brides, they have a hard time remembering that it's not about anybody else. It's about you. So, I mean, I've had brides that buy dresses specifically to cover tattoos that their grandmother doesn't know about. I mean, listen,
There's makeup.
grandma's
for that
not
now.
going to not come to your wedding just because she understands that you have a tattoo now. So you have to
Grandma's
be true
probably
to yourself.
cool with it.
are they
It's
able?
about you guys.
Are you guys able, or will you store their gowns or their dresses? How does that work?
Yeah. So dresses take anywhere from 6 to 8 months to come in.
And that's now.
That's
And that's post-COVID.
That's post-COVID.
Pre-COVID it was.
I would say more like 4-6 months.
So we're 6 to 8 months now.
Yeah, 6 to 8
Ladies
months.
listening, go 3 months. Like go 12 months before your wedding.
Yeah, because
find
you
your
need 2
dress.
months for alterations.
Yeah. So 12 months minimum
yes,
to find a wedding dress.
Yeah, that's absolutely what we recommend.
Yeah.
I mean, we have brides that are getting married in 2025. It's never too soon. If you know yourself, you're gonna love your dress. You just got to be disciplined after that. Stop scrolling for different wedding dresses. Don't try any more
Unsubscribe
on.
from all all of those things. Yeah,
Yes.
definitely don't try any on after you've bought yours.
What you've done. We've had brides buy dresses before they're engaged. I mean, there's
Oh,
never
boy.
a dull moment, you know?
Okay.
Are you
So
looking?
do you so you guys store them for the time being while they're being altered and picked up. Now, do you guys do preservation?
We do. We work
Oh.
with a company called Wedding Gown Preservation Co. We offer 2 different types of services for that. We have at-home kits that have prepaid shipping labels in the box. It has the instructions. It includes up to 5 items. So you can do it at home, out of the comfort of your home. It takes about, they give such a wide range. It's like anywhere from like 2 to 3 weeks to 3 months. So it just kind of depends. But yeah, they're 100-year guarantee. Sponsored by, no, just kidding. But yeah, so you can do the at-home kit, or we do offer the service. So you can just drop your items off. Again, it includes up to 5 items. You can drop it all off and we'll send it out for them.
So this really makes me want to go open my wedding dress. I mean, I can open the front. It's I can see it. Dust it off.
Oh my gosh.
Really
Hey,
gonna
this
dust it off.
15 years ago. Be nice.
I mean, it's been in the. I don't know what it looks like condition wise. I'm
dusty.
sure it's fine on the inside.
The
But
box.
I had I forget the brand name that I had.
yeah.
I'll have to think about it.
Yeah, because I think wedding dresses used to be preserved with formaldehyde, actually, back in the day.
Yep.
Now they
it's
don't
the same
do
thing
that.
that they do with. So if you have cherries at a restaurant, they preserve cherries in formaldehyde. Just so you know.
My! Now that makes me sad.
Never
'cause I
wanna eat a
love
cherry
maraschino
again.
cherries.
Yep.
Now I'm upset.
Bar cherries are formaldehyde. Just throwing that fact.
Thanks,
out there.
Brandy.
You're
I'm gonna
welcome.
pretend like I didn't hear that, and I'm gonna go eat a whole mess of them
welcome.
later.
Okay, do that. Hey, you're preserving
Does
from
this
the
taste like
inside
my
out.
frog science experiment?
Oh my God.
Preservation inside out while you're still alive. Eat a cherry. That's how that
Preserve
works,
your insides,
right? Been drinking a lot. This
Oh
will
my
help.
gosh.
Fountain of youth, no need.
You and I are gonna take out after this because we're good. Like Tim, bye.
Bye.
She and I are gonna go have drinks now. I think this
Go
is
for it.
This
It's
is like really cool.
10 o'clock in the morning.
I think I'm at a younger version.
I know where Brandy's going to be spending her days now.
Yeah, we got
Next time,
opening.
next time I see a perfect dress like Instagram reel or
Brandy's gonna be in
TikTok,
it.
Brandy's going to be in it. And she's
watch
going to be one trying on the
too. I
I watch
dresses.
all of them
Please do.
because I love seeing all the different dresses, and I'm like,
Oh my God,
ooh, I
please
like
make
that
this
one.
happen.
Ooh, I like
Julia.
that one.
Absolutely.
You guys are really giving me FOMO though. Their TikTok and what they do is amazing, so I watch it all the
Thank
time.
you.
And then I see the dresses, and I'm like, oh, I like that one. No, I don't like that one. I think, oh, but
Yeah.
should I get married again? Like, should I do
Yes,
this? Like,
it really
should we
does.
do a vow renewal? I need a wedding dress. I think that's the only reason I want to do it is because I want to put on a wedding dress.
Exactly. No,
It's
it's
so much
it's-
cooler now.
It's so fun. I love that part of my job of the social media aspect because I live to embarrass myself.
Yeah,
on,
so tell
on
us
the
a little bit
internet.
about that because you guys are killing the
Thank
TikTok
you.
dress game.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love watching all of it.
So after COVID, obviously a lot of businesses had to pivot, and my bosses, the owners of the store, I love them. They're very old fashioned. They at first were not
Vicky
super.
and,
Vicky, Kim, and
Kim,
Trillian.
yes.
Yeah.
I've worked with Vicky and Kim a few times.
Yeah, it used to be the perfect settings. They used to
Yes.
do wedding planning.
Wedding planning,
Kim
yes.
still
and
does wedding
florals
planning.
and Kim still has the venue too still.
She
Yep.
Wait, Kim who?
Frazier.
Frazier.
Frazier. Yes, I
Yeah.
know Kim.
Yeah.
Yeah. She.
Kelly Kennedy used to work for Kim Frazier before she became Kelly Kennedy events.
Yeah. Kim owns. She co-owns Barn and Chapel Creek.
Yep.
She also does wedding planning for Diamond C.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
She's
And
all over the board. Good
and she
Lord.
does florals.
Yeah. She helps out with
Yeah.
florals
Sheesh.
with
She
Sue
does it all.
Ellen.
Yep, Sue Ellen.
Yeah.
So she is the new Bobby Hicks, but much more stylish.
yeah.
Rest in peace to Bobby Hicks.
Right.
But Bobby was very much like doilies and lace, and it was just what the era was. So when I became a planner, she was the only planner that kind of did weddings on the island. And then I became the only planner that lived and worked on the island, on Anna Maria. And so I knew of Bobby for a long time because she was like the one that was like, what's she doing?
Yeah, she
Let
was.
me look at her stuff. What's she got going on? So I really followed her a lot, and then Kim came after
Yeah.
that. So I
Yeah.
followed Kim for a while.
Yeah, Kim, Vicky, and Trillian, they're so great. I love them so much. Kim and Vicky, they are a little bit more old-fashioned. So
and they're complete opposites.
Yes,
Yes.
very much so.
Yes.
So, I mean, I'm sure you can imagine having 3 owners. You know, it's just very. You get them on a good day, and they all agree. So it's you pick and choose your battles. But so they knew that we had to pivot after COVID to really continue. Reaching out to brides and things like that. I mean, we did Zoom calls with brides to kind of talk with them. We sold veils off of Zoom calls, things like that. It was so funny.
Like, here, let me try it on for you.
Right, exactly.
What do you think? Picture your face here.
Yeah. And so, so I knew that social media was going to be a huge play, especially with Gen Z coming in, very much high TikTok, high Instagram Reels started coming out, things like that. So you do have to pivot. You do have to keep up with what is driving in, business. So it started out more so just kind of a few funny posts. I mean, we mimicked Friends, the TV show.
Love Friends.
Yes, love Friends. I mean, absolutely. So we mimicked that sometimes. We were on the bandwagon with I'm pretty sure you've seen all the Bernie Sanders meme posts where of him sitting in the chair.
Oh yes.
And they just add them into the photos.
Yes.
So we created one of those and it went viral.
I did one of those at Mixon's, remember?
Nope.
I did. I posted Bernie Sanders at a wedding at the head table.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Table. Yeah.
Oh, my
Sitting at the
gosh.
sweetheart table.
Yeah. I posted a photo with him in it, and the caption was, "When you love the dress, but Dad's paying for it." So.
Oh my. That's great.
So it started out really, small, and at that time before Instagram really changed their, algorithms and everything like that. Lord. It started out really funny, and then ever since then, I mean, we've had a couple of posts really go viral, and now like people come in and they say like, "Oh, I see you on social media," and I'm like, "That's not me. It's
my sister.
It's my sister. She's so embarrassing."
The social media me.
But I think it takes a sense of humor too, and you have that, and so having that play on it, because it can be an intense thing.
Yeah.
But these days, post-COVID, everybody just wants to smile and be happy and laughing. And so if you can also conduct business that way and get the point across and do something fun in that aspect, that's why I watch all their TikToks. I was like, I love these. And then literally, seriously, I'm like, ooh, I want to try that on.
Yeah. You have to be relatable. You have to... you get information out there with still being funny, so it's lighthearted. Like, hey, moms, don't call your daughters fat. Ha ha. Things like that. It's just how can I be blunt without being blunt? You know, but it's funny. You don't get it. It's funny. So.
I love that.
Well, Julia, how can people find you? The Perfect Dress of Sarasota is located in Sarasota. You guys are off of 3750 South Osprey Avenue, which is kind of near like Siesta Drive.
Creek area.
Yeah, we're close to the beach. If you know where the compound is, we're very close to the compound. They're great friends of ours. And then the bike shop is right next door. So if you ever need to go to Publix to go shopping,
there's Publix right there.
And you can just go and buy a wedding dress.
And what's the best way for people to get in contact with you or with the Perfect Dress?
Yeah, a lot of brides reach out through Instagram. So our Instagram is the Perfect Wedding Dress Sarasota, Florida. It's a little long, but so that's our Instagram. And then our website is theperfectweddingdress.net. So, those are usually the best way to reach out. You can call us, email us.
And if they wanted to schedule an appointment, like how long in advance, like how far in advance do they need to schedule that out? Yeah,
during season right now, I mean, we're booking our Saturdays about 2 weeks in advance.
Okay.
So if you really want a Saturday appointment, we recommend probably have that idea about a month and a half if you have a prime time that you want to be there. But we do have cancellations as well, so we keep wait lists and stuff that. But during the week, there's a lot more flexibility. But even during the week, about a week in advance, we book up.
Oh, wow.
So the sooner the better. As soon as you can get those core people involved and all available at the same time.
Do you have a time frame? Like you have a time limit while you're in there, or I don't know if that.
So Saturdays, we really do have to stick to structure. We see 16 brides on a Saturday.
Wow.
So you do have a 2-hour maximum. A lot of the times it is about an hour and a half.
Okay.
That you we have a 10-minute sit down chat. We talk to you, find out who you brought, things like that, get to know you a little bit. We pull dresses for you based on things that you're liking. If you're more so, not sure on what you like, we may have you walk around with us and pull dresses with us. And then it's about, I would say, an hour of trying on. And then once you've narrowed down to your favorites, we try your favorites back on with accessories and stuff like that.
Okay.
I think Kleinfeld's uses the terms jack you up or something like that.
Jack you up.
And the brides come in, they're like, I just watched 3 seasons of Say Yes to the Dress. I'm like, forget everything you just watched. Don't do it.
We're not going to jack you up.
Yes, no, we're not doing that. So yeah, it's about a 2-hour experience. And then during the week, we can be a little bit more lenient out of season if if we think that you need a little bit more time, or if you need a break in between. We have robes so you can actually get some water before and stuff like that. Just kind of relax, and so we can go a little bit over time during the week as well.
So do you serve a mimosa when you walk in?
Ooh, I wish. I wish they
used to
served
happen.
me mimosas when I walked in, but
I think it used to happen.
It did. That was
especially on
pre-COVID
when you guys had open house days too. I remember where you guys and they would mimosas.
Yep. So we would have people come and view the dresses and things like that. We don't do mimosas anymore. We do offer a bar cart package. So where
sounds better than a mimosa already.
It is better than a mimosa. You actually get flowers. You get some white heart-shaped sunnies as well. You get we personalize a letterboard. So we get that information too, the bride and the groom's name. And we create a wedding hashtag too.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So it's a cute little personalized board. You get macarons and cupcakes and things like that. So, and you get mimosa or berry spritzer. So, and it uses a whole bottle of champagne.
Yum.
So the whole bottle's yours.
Okay.
So, I think I'll be in July.
Yes,
when it's not
for your
so
next
busy.
your next TikTok.
Yes, absolutely. I'm gonna
Brandy
special
will
guest.
Yes. How many dresses can you try on in 10 minutes?
as many as you want.
Yes.
I can be one of those ladies that changes the dresses,
exactly.
the quick change
It'll
ladies
be a game.
on the stage, the magicians that quick change.
Yeah.
Now she's in this.
Yes, come visit us in July.
Maybe not during July because you guys are probably busy with the sale.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually during the month of July we do sale appointments on Wednesdays and Saturdays. At least that's what we did last year. Or sorry, not Saturdays, Sundays. Which were closed on Sundays, but during the month of July we do sale appointments, and we do them back to back to back to back every hour on the hour. So it's a lot of fun though. It's very high pace, and the girls have a great time. It's still intimate, which is nice because brides deserve that boutique experience. They don't deserve to
just because they're buying a sale dress, get the sale experience.
Yeah. I'm not gonna name a massive chain on here.
Been there.
And so, but I think we all know who I'm talking about, and
there's a statue named after him.
It's sad because the brides go in and
it's like hurting cows.
Budget. It's just you're left to figure out how to put the dresses on by yourself, and no, you need that experience. It's a great time. So your dollar amount shouldn't
dictate that.
Exactly.
So I have one final question. That's my final. I don't know if you have a final question, but I know we've been talking a lot. So I remember back a few years ago, there used to be a traveling bridal gowns that were donated from brides, and they gave them for those that basically it was I think it was bridal dresses of cancer or something of that nature, and they would travel and they would set up, and brides can come and purchase these dresses, and all the money would go back towards breast cancer. So when you guys have dresses that just don't sell or whatever, do you donate them, or what happens to that? Those dresses do you get donated dresses back, or what do you do with that?
I believe there's a foundation called Brides Across America.
That's Dresses Across America, or something like that.
Something like that, which we do donate to them. There's also a oh my gosh, what is it called? I can't remember, but there's another foundation for girls that are going to prom that they can't afford prom dresses. So we got rid of bridesmaids. So we donated majority of our bridesmaids dresses to them. Any mother of the bride and groom gowns that we have that are discounted and everything, they end up getting donated. So absolutely. Once our sale room every year, actually I think every half year, we do kind of clean them out and just decide like, okay, like we're going to donate a certain amount of dresses, which is great. I mean, because there was actually, oh my gosh, that's right. There was a bridal shop. I forget, I think it was Hurricane Irma, definitely had damage on our store, but there was another store up north that was demolished and lost all of their inventory. And they were on the news, and our bridal shop too, like we were like, okay, like we just want to help fulfill those brides' orders. So if we have any dresses that were on order, like for, brides that are ordering the same dresses that we have, then we were like, okay, let's send those out, things like that. So absolutely, it's important to help out your community when, those dresses, if they're not going to sell, then absolutely.
Yeah, or if the sample's been sampled a little more than,
yeah.
That is so awesome. I always wondered, like, what happens to that lonely dress back in the back?
She has another life.
She does. she gets a new lease on life. That's awesome. Well, it's been so awesome having you.
Yeah, thanks for having
Julia,
me.
thanks for coming on
right?
with us. This has been fun. I've
You've
learned
learned
so
way
much.
more than you thought.
Black
Does
wedding
anybody?
dresses.
Well, okay. Here's a question: do you ever have any 24 karat in your dresses?
I know. Donald is so much cooler than I am.
Yeah.
No, we don't have a 24 karat gold dress.
What about like in your accessories and your crowns or any
Yeah.
No, it's got to be part of the fabric. Not
I'm trying to give her an in here.
no. If it's not in the fabric, it doesn't count. Donald wins.
Yeah. Well,
One for the men.
dang you, Donald. No, on our dresses.
Black wedding dresses.
Yeah,
They're tied.
He just,
They're
yeah,
tied.
Exactly.
All right, I like that.
Okay.
Some of our dresses have Swarovski crystal buttons on the back.
Ooh.
So,
Okay.
Say that 5 times.
Yeah, and some of our
Swarovski.
jewelry has freshwater pearls. So,
Ooh.
See?
we're semi
We got pearls and diamonds
Yeah,
and
exactly.
black dresses.
We got gold.
Yeah.
2
Donald,
for perfect
keep your
dress,
suit.
1 for Donald.
Julia, it's been fun.
She said, keep your gold, Donald.
Donald is
Just
having.
kidding.
Here we are. Just Anyway.
We love you,
He's
Donald.
great. He's great.
Julia, thank you so much
Yeah,
for
thank
coming
you.
on with us this morning. Julia Doyle with The Perfect Dress of Sarasota. Once again, what's the website
theperfectweddingdress.net.
and Instagram,
The Perfect Wedding Dress, Sarasota, Florida.
TikTok?
Ooh, that's a good question.
You can find them probably from the
Listen,
website.
yes, absolutely. All of our
Awesome.
designers are linked on our website, as well as our social media platforms are linked on our website.
Brandy is quickly
as well.
trying to find
She's
it.
like, what is their TikTok? Dang it.
Got it.
I know. I slack on TikTok. I will not lie. Most of my
Oops.
most of them are
Perfect.
reels now.
Okay, hold on. Perfect dress.
Somebody's probably already found it by the time.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm taking a lot of time. Is that you?
Nope.
That's not it.
Well,
Well,
anyway,
on TikTok,
you can find them.
just find them on Instagram because then
find
you know
them.
what the TikTok is.
Yeah.
Because it's all on IG.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's going to do it for
Which
us.
I do follow.
Thank you, Brandy. It's been a pleasure.
Anytime.
Once again, Brandy Harlan, your beautiful wedding non-retired planner. Tim Schaus, TLS Entertainment, your premier DJ. And again, Julia Doyle from The Perfect Dress of Sarasota. We are signing out. Thank you guys so much. This is The Scoop, Weddings Unveiled.
Peace and chicken grease.
Holla.